if you have a cousin, and it's not your fault if your cousin grew up fine. Like, if your cousin grew up good looking, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Like, what can you do? What can you possibly do? Right?
You got to marry that.
You got to marry that.
And you have the inside track that no one else could possibly have.
Right.
It's 3 a.m. Is your 25 milligram gummy kicking in, or are you just entering the zone of risk? I have an interesting story that I thought we should talk about.
Okay.
And that is Drake versus Universal Music Group. Have you heard about this litigation at all?
Not really.
Okay.
No, I know that there's a diss in the They Not Like Us song.
There's a small diss in that, one little part. One small part of it is a diss. The whole track is a diss.
Can you everything. Crip walk?
Of course.
Oh.
we're gonna let's hey, you know what we should do for a show promos? We should dress up like the Australian breakdancing girl, and then do the crip walk for the show.
All right.
But we have to dress up like the Australian breakdancer.
Okay, next time.
Okay. But back on track.
Okay.
Drake decided to sue Universal Music Group, who is the publisher for the track They Not Like Us. Right?
All right.
Who he did not sue
was Kendrick Lamar.
He did not sue Kendrick Lamar.
What's up with that?
I think that it makes it probably a more streamlined case. But anyway, he sued the publisher because they published the defamation, I suppose.
Okay.
I don't know. Strategic reasons, I guess. The lawsuit was dismissed, and the district court judge found that in the context of a diss track battle,
which have been around since the beginning of time,
since the moment people started rapping,
Curtis Blow,
they started claiming that they would rape each other and kill each other and use a broom handle in some cases with Eazy-E.
Yes. Okay.
You know.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I mean, it gets, the diss tracks have gotten pretty close to and over the line of threatening, and certainly at this point, pretty close to and over the line of something that, if it's not true, would be considered defamatory.
Yeah.
But.
However,
did you smell a big butt coming?
I smelled something.
Did you smell this big butt coming?
Identify it.
This big hip hop butt is coming, and here it is. Are you ready?
All right. Yes.
So this big butt that is here, only in the hip hop world.
BBL.
You can find this. Yeah. You can find this big butt only in the hip hop diss track rap battle world.
Yeah.
But basically now, if you say something about your rap battle diss track opponent that is not true, it is understood not to be true. Because it isn't factual reporting. It isn't attempting to be factual reporting that Drake, if he has someone in his estate, it's a minor, or, you know, any one of these little lines that he's making. And what do you say the other one? 69 God, or, you know, freaky ass, you know. Anyway, it got pretty personal and pretty accusatory.
Yeah.
And then the court found that you're just out of luck. You got to handle it in the streets.
Oh, wow. In the streets.
Crazy, huh?
Is that, in the opinion, handle that mess in the streets?
Yes.
That's what I'd write. If I were a judge, I would put at the end, handle this in the streets.
Judge writes, handle this shit in the streets, motherfuckers. No, it was not in the opinion, but I'm sort of summarizing.
Right. A lot of opinions can be summarized in that way.
Kind of surprising, isn't it?
That is pretty surprising. And I don't understand why this is different than any other medium. So, you know, if you were to publish an article, right, or if you were to give a statement at a press conference saying something wrong and sexual about Drake, he could sue for that.
There have been plenty of lawsuits over things that have been said on Twitter between people.
Right.
And there have been plenty of defamation judgments entered over things said on social media. But now, if you put it to a beat, you've essentially got immunity.
Nice. I'm going to become a rapper. I'm going to stand on the courthouse steps
Do you want to do a rap battle where we just
I think
battle
we
about each
should.
other's law firm? The
Battle,
Mosley
man.
firm is the oldest firm.
I think we should
Just lie
I'm gonna
about each
stand on
other
the
and
steps, and I'm gonna
it's all legal
and I'm gonna
now.
have all these diss tracks about everybody.
Everybody.
And let's see what happens. Let's see.
we could.
I'm gonna invite the media there,
You know what we
and
could
I'm
do?
gonna have
Any
a bunch
judge-
of diss tracks.
Any judge you don't want to try a case in front of, you write a diss track about them.
Yeah.
And then you move to disqualify them because, Judge, you can't be fair and impartial. I wrote a diss track about you.
Right.
And they're like, well, you know what? Maybe I'll just sue you over the diss track. And you're like, ha-ha.
You're out of luck. Handle that
You
shit
can't.
in the streets.
Sorry, you can't.
Right, you can't do it.
You can't. Just write a diss track about me.
Right.
We'll handle this in the streets that way.
Interesting. And I wonder if it were a different medium. So if it were like country music or rock music, would it be an issue, or is it just because rap? Is it that rap is not to be taken seriously?
Well, who would sue in country music? The girlfriend that left and the pickup truck that broke down?
Maybe the dog. I
For
don't know.
defamation? Yeah, the dog.
The one-legged dog
Yeah.
can file a defamation suit. I, in fact, have 4 legs. Who
Yeah,
knows?
who's there to sue in country music? Everyone's so sad. But rap has an especially heinous history of these diss. I mean, the diss tracks, like any other form of music, has had its own battles. I mean, there have been plenty of musical battles out there with plenty of tracks that John Lennon wrote a real bad one about Paul McCartney called "How Do You Sleep," and it was basically like, "How do you sleep being the shithead that you are?" You know, like there have been plenty of like musical battle tracks that are pretty nasty, but hip hop really took it to another level.
Yeah.
And now there's basically this strange immunity to it for like,
Interesting.
and it didn't read it. The opinion doesn't read any broader than that. It doesn't say in all music and whatever. It says in this context of a rap diss battle, it's not expected to be true. It's expected to be bullshit. So take it for what it is. So diss track away, America. You can't get sued for that.
I'm writing some diss tracks.
Can't get us there, Mr. Mayor.
Tonight.
Yeah, me too.
That's awesome. Well, cool. So we're both from New England, right? Do you have any cousins in Connecticut?
Oh, I wish I did. I wish I did, because I know where you're going.
Because if you do, you can't marry them now.
Oh.
First cousins. If you got a second cousin, third cousin, fourth cousin, you can marry them. But you can't marry your first cousin in Connecticut anymore. I know.
Yeah.
I know. It's
Marry.
terrible. It's
What about,
unfortunate.
you can't marry, can you fuck them?
You probably can.
You weren't ready for that question, were you?
No, I had actually thought about it before we got here. You probably can.
Sure. It's Connecticut.
And, it's going to depend on what the statute says. But
Yeah.
you probably,
I'm gonna have to
maybe.
look that up.
But you can't marry him. That's
marry him.
That's the thing. That's the thing. And believe it or not, there are some people that don't love this. But
The Cousin
did you
Fucking Society
know?
of Connecticut is outraged.
Cousin Fucking Society of
They're
Connecticut.
outraged.
But, this led me to do a little bit of research on where you can marry your first cousin.
Can I make a guess?
Okay.
You think Pennsylvania is on the list?
Oh, let me see. Let me pull up the list and see if Pennsylvania's
I'm
on
gonna
there.
say there's a bunch of Midwestern states.
But
and it's like Pennsylvania, probably.
In most states,
Yeah.
you can marry your cousin,
Oh.
like right here in Florida.
Oh yeah.
If you have a first, so if you have a cousin, and it's not your fault if your cousin grew up fine. Like if
Yeah.
your cousin grew up good looking, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Like what can you do? What can you possibly do? Right?
You gotta marry that.
You gotta
and you
marry
have
that
the
cousin.
inside track that no one else could possibly have.
Right. I think there was a joke like that in Wolf of Wall Street or something.
Her father is the brother of my mom.
I don't have any bangable cousins, so
No Megamol cousins?
No.
I have a cousin who's he's a good looking guy. He looks strikingly like Jim Jones, the rapper.
Jim Jones, the guy who poisoned everybody in Africa.
Did he poison people in Africa? I don't know, he's a
No,
rapper.
that's a different.
No,
Jim Jones.
that's a different. Yeah, that's a different
Jonestown.
Jones guy. No. There's a rapper called Jim Jones.
Yeah.
And my cousin looks actually kind of like Jim Jones.
Okay.
But but I'm not going to marry him
All right.
or even attempt to.
You can't do it in Connecticut.
Can't do it in Connecticut. No. But
You're
okay.
not living in Groton and pulling that
So-
kind of bullshit anymore.
It's only like
Not on my watch.
26 states
Wow.
that have first cousin marriage illegal. And so here are the places, if you want to,
It's
that
pretty-
you can
we're pretty
marry your
lenient on
first
this.
cousin.
Yeah, tell me.
Massachusetts,
Ah,
where we're both from. You can marry your
really?
first cousin. Yeah. That's wicked. Wicked cool. You can marry your first cousin.
Wicked pissa.
Yeah, it's a wicked pissa. Good time.
Kid.
That wedding's gonna be
Can
wicked.
you imagine the invite? Kid, I'm marrying my fucking cousin, kid. Come on.
That would be awesome. New Jersey,
Down at the Bridgeway. Come on.
New Mexico.
Yeah, that-
New York, believe it or not. I
York,
know.
yeah.
North Carolina, but double cousins may not marry. And I'm not sure what a double cousin is.
Don't even know what that
And
means.
so maybe if like your parents were first cousins and they made you, and then I don't really know what a double cousin is, but no double cousin marriages in North Carolina. In Rhode Island, as long as they are past childbearing age or unable to have children. So you can't be having children with your first cousin in Rhode Island. But you can marry your first cousin in Rhode Island. South Carolina, Vermont, Virginia, and the District of Columbia.
See, I'm not surprised. That place is wild. That place is totally wild.
Booty music
Forget
and
it.
marrying your first cousin.
Forget it. What's the other music called that DC has?
Oh, it's not
the
beauty.
Go-Go.
Yeah, go-go.
Have you ever
we
checked
have
out some Go-Go?
we have booty music here.
Go-Go's
Yeah, I know
badass.
go-go.
Yeah.
That was in school days.
Like Chuck Brown on the Soul Searchers.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you know. Yeah, you do.
I remembered the butt.
You know. No.
From,
This is before the butt. Doing the butt.
Yeah,
No, but this
Yeah, it's
one's
good
like
stuff.
Chuck Brown is like, give me the bridge, yo. Give me the bridge, yo.
Oh yeah,
Dun,
yeah, I know that
dun,
song.
dun,
Okay, I didn't realize that
Yeah,
that's considered DC booty.
I think it's
What's it
considered the
called?
beginning of Go-Go.
Go-go, DC
Yeah.
go-go music. Okay. So in Florida, it's booty music, right? With Two Live Crew and all them, right? That's booty music. All right. Now, South Dakota not only bars first cousin marriages, but it also says that sexual relations and cohabitating are illegal. So
Oh,
be
man.
careful. My South
Big
Carolina,
Mama
my South Dakota
strict.
friends.
What's up with them?
Be careful because you can't do
No
it.
fun. No fun over there.
You can't do it.
All right.
And I don't know what sparked this in Connecticut, but it's no more. So apparently, marrying your first cousin comes with a lot of potential genetic defects.
Oh, yeah.
Believe it or not.
No kidding.
But it doubles the chances of a genetic defect.
Yeah.
And so, no, it's crazy. It's a crazy thing. And so I did a little research on throughout history.
Yeah.
First cousin and familial marriages, what's happened, and the Habsburg dynasty. Do you know the Habsburgs?
No.
All right, so they ruled Europe for centuries, and
Oh,
so
are you talking
Spanish
about-
and Austrian House of Habsburg.
Are you talking about like they were like the King of England and the Prime Minister of Germany? Because all of those kings
don't-
were like first cousins, you know. They were
Right.
all,
Well, we'll get to that later. That was
Yeah.
through the Queen Victoria line. But no,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Habsburg line, they had something called the Habsburg jaw.
Oh.
Because they tended to marry within the family. And it was a pretty pronounced deformed jaw.
Yeah.
And people had trouble eating. And so in particular, King Charles II of Spain had trouble eating and speaking because his jaw was so pronounced because of this inbreeding. And the British royal family,
Right.
Queen Victoria, who I'm
Right.
sure you know about, she was a hemophiliac. And this got passed along to a lot of the family members of the royal family. So she married her first cousin, Prince Albert, and they passed hemophilia down through their daughters. And the Victorian line went through many countries in Europe. And so there were Germans, Spanish, Russians were all descendants of Queen Victoria. And many of them had hemophilia. Yeah. And Russia.
Yeah.
And so that was, that's pretty interesting. And also the ancient Egyptian pharaohs. Now, this was a brother-sister marriage. And so King Tutankhamun, his parents were brother and sister.
Are you going to do the Steve Martin King Tut?
What is
the-
it?
We can put that in there. Yeah,
Okay. And so he had all kinds of problems. He had congenital leg disability, a cleft palate, a weakened immune system, and apparently foot deformities. And so I say all this to say, be careful marrying your first cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay away from that.
Stay away from that. Yeah.
Good-
and so
good PSA.
Yeah, Connecticut did the right
Note
thing.
to the viewers.
Note to the viewers. No, Connecticut did the right thing. And actually the Catholic Church outlawed marrying first cousins in about the year 1000. And so when you think about it that way, Connecticut's a little far behind.
The Guinness family, too, I think was like marrying cousins.
Really?
Well, I watched House of Guinness on Netflix. I mean,
Okay.
I'm not basing this on some historical, research. But
Right.
in House of Guinness, they were trying to set people up with cousins to marry.
Really?
They had to keep it in the family, basically.
You had to keep it in the family.
Yeah.
Yeah. I won't be marrying any cousins.
You don't want to
And
marry
as far as I know,
any
my
beer
husband
magnates?
and I aren't cousins.
I think the chances are pretty low.
They're pretty
There's a much higher chance that he's actually a product of some cousin marriage.
Oh, stop
I
it.
think it's possible.
But no, when I was in high school, I dated a guy, and he had the same last name as me. His last name was Mosely.
Oh.
Yeah, it was super weird.
Yeah.
And so we couldn't take things much further because I could not get confirmation that we weren't relatives. And I think he spelled it the same way, which the way that I spell my last name is the uncommon way to spell Mosely. And yeah, so weird, right? Anyway, he cheated on me with my best friend, so that was the whole thing.
So we don't really need to get to the ultimate issue. It's like, whether or not you're cousins, he went another way with it.
I was still contemplating whether we were cousins, and then ultimately he ended up cheating on me with my bestie.
See, while you're thinking about the
so-
issue, this dude just jumps to business
He's
with
just-
another one who's
he's
not
just
so
moving
up in her
along.
own head. Yeah. I got this cousin thing over here. Let me just find something else.
Right.
There's a friend.
But he was in the process of buying, what was that, a Rabbit? What a Volkswagen Rabbit?
Was he from Connecticut?
Rabbit?
Was he a white girl from Connecticut?
He was not.
That's a white girl from Connecticut car.
He's a Boston guy.
Yeah. Was this a black man?
He's a black man.
So there was a black man that was going to buy a Volkswagen Rabbit.
He was going to buy a Rabbit.
Those
yeah.
are like those little convertible ones, right? That
That's
like
what he wanted.
like chicks
This
named
is the
Taylor
90s.
drive.
He wanted a Rabbit, and he might have been my cousin.
I got bad news for you. He might have been gay.
Even better. Okay. Well, that's great. Any other news for us, Spencer?
I have an update on Klon versus Behringer litigation update.
Ooh, all right.
Litigation update.
Update. Tell
we
me.
covered this story in our first episode that the Klon guitar pedal company was suing Behringer, who makes copies of basically everything, copies the circuits and actual instruments, and then copies their marketing materials, copies everything, gets sued, and then they change it bit by bit when they have to. So there was a guitar pedal called the Klon Centaur. Centaur is the man with the horsey.
Yes.
He's half
yeah,
horsey.
half horsey.
So Behringer made one that they called the Centaur, and they did it exactly the same. It's exactly the same thing. And they got sued by Bill Finnegan, I believe it is. They're in Massachusetts, too. This guy was like making these things in his basement, and now some of them are worth like $5,000 or $10,000 because John Mayer uses one, so now everybody has to have it. Like that kind of thing happens. Guitar players go, and then they have to have this thing that everybody has to have. So
Fan worship. Okay.
yeah, well, it just gets like this becomes the thing, and then all of a sudden there aren't any more of them. There's not enough.
Yeah.
And it's like a run on them, and this is so rare. And even though it was a piece of junk that nobody wanted yesterday, now everyone has to have it. So anyway, the Klon is not that. It's not a piece of junk, but a little overrated in my estimation. So they sued Behringer, and Behringer has ceased production of their Centaur model and changed the name and got rid of the logo, which was basically the same logo. So essentially they backed down and changed it, and now the lawsuit has been dismissed. Interestingly enough, I've seen a bunch of I'll make an admission. You admitted that you dated your cousin and seemingly
He was not my cousin.
had sex with your cousin.
I did not have sex with that guy.
You had sex with your cousin.
I was holding out to confirm or deny the cousin situation.
Okay, all right. You were on the verge of having sex with your cousin back in the day.
Unlikely
You
that
admitted
he's my
that.
cousin.
So in that spirit of admission, I'll admit something embarrassing. On Facebook,
He's not my cousin.
Okay, all right. I believe that he is, and you cannot dissuade my firmly held religious belief.
Well, you know what? If you make a rap song about it, then I can't sue you for defamation.
Yeah. Mode the gang, their cousin. So cousins at the barbecue. So anyway. So the interesting thing, and my admission is, I'm in a couple of these geeky like guitar groups and guitar pedal groups on Facebook.
I'm not
whatever.
surprised.
Yeah. So I've seen a couple of people doing this weird, like going like what? I guess like the story will be like Behringer Klon dismisses its lawsuit against Behringer, and then the person posting it will be like, "Whoopsie, looks like they screwed up," like as if that somehow it was like dismissed because it was without merit, as opposed to like it was dismissed because we held the knife to their throat and they backed down, and then we put down the knife. It's weird. I've seen it more than a few times. Like this bent on it, like people making it out like Behringer won. And by the way, Behringer's like the evil empire. They rip off everybody's stuff. They sell it they make cheap versions. I mean, it's cool. I have a synthesizer by them, but you know, for $3,000 for the real one or $600 for the Behringer, that's, you know, what you're doing usually. But they're stealing other people's ideas and stuff, and you know, on every level. Okay. But it's weird. I've seen the fanboys jumping in favor of like Behringer, the evil empire, who's like taking this guy's thing. It's like after he basically won, I think, you know. Yeah. So I don't know. It's been strange.
That's crappy.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Whatever. Social media world.
Yeah. Well, good stuff. And so it's over.
It's been dismissed. Yeah.
It's been dismissed.
It's over, Johnny. But they've been sued. Behringer's been sued like dozens of times by every company for everything they make. They make like an exact replica of like a Moog synthesizer, like looks the same dials, the same everything, and they'll call it like the like, you know, like the mini, they'll call it the mini Moog or something, like the exact same thing, and then they only change it when they get sued. Yeah. And that's, you know,
yeah. They've got an issue. They got to talk to their products people and some of their marketing people, and
I think you
can't have that.
They're basically they're an edgelord company. Well, you know what an edgelord is, right?
I don't know what an edgelord
is. Edgelord is like someone, you know what an edgelord. An edgelord is someone who always has to push it too far. Who makes the joke, who pushes it to the edge, and you're like, oh God, it's like, you know.
I know a lot of edgelords. Yes.
Yeah, no. All right. Let me put on my Kenny Powers costume and give you the bird. Yeah. Well, they're an edgelord company with like patent and copyright infringement, basically, I think. And, you know, it's just, they got sued, they changed it, and that's the end of it. But it's really strange to see those people like peacocking for the edgelord, like standing the edgelord, standing the company that's making like, you know, billions now by ripping off somebody's thing. I mean, you know, granted, it gives you access. It gives a lot of people access to instruments and things they couldn't otherwise get. But, you know, somebody created this and...
Yeah, it can't be peacocking for the edgelord.
They
you can't do it.
Are you peacocking for the edgelord? You're entering the zone of risk.
That something similar happened. I mean, not you know, it in Florida with this Morgan law firm versus Morgan and Morgan.
Yeah, I saw there's like Morgan and somebody else. There's Morgan and Morgan is like in a bunch of lawsuits with people.
Yeah. And, do not use the Morgan name, even if your last name is Morgan. Don't make a Morgan law firm.
Who's the guy in Massachusetts? Sokolov. I think he's in a battle with somebody too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I forget what that's over, but they're in some kind of going back and forth. Oh, I know what that one is. Sokolov. Somebody left Sokolov's office to go work at some up and coming lawyer's office, and they said that he has the secret sauce to the case generation and the case everything, and he can't, you know, so it's like trade secrets. Yeah.
Is there a non-compete though?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't have the details on that one. It just sort of popped up, but yeah, I remember that one's going on too. Sokolov's a big one in Boston, huh?
Yeah. Well, I've got an update too.
Oh.
A case update. Hello. So we've got an update on what's happening with the Tyler Perry case.
Yes.
And so he's finally responded.
Oh, child.
And he says
Did he respond? Oh, child, I didn't touch that, boy.
That's what that essentially translates into.
Is he wearing a bathrobe?
My son came to me the other day, actually, and he said, oh, my God, Mommy, you have to watch this movie. It's so funny. And it was a Medea movie, and I thought it was a strange choice.
I just think it's strange that someone other than you thinks they're funny. That's two people.
I think that some of them are funny, but I'm surprised that my son finds the Medea movies funny.
Oh, child.
But anyway,
But didn't Martin Lawrence do some movies where he was dressed up as an old lady too?
Yeah, he did. He did, and he did
He
it
was
on
like
his show.
He was an FBI agent, and he was.
Yes, and I can't
Yeah.
remember what the name was he used, but yeah, that's a thing. I mean, it's common for
After some prison time, they tend to do a show dressing up as a woman.
Martin Lawrence went to jail.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, okay, and then also Robin Williams did it as well. Obviously, Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh.
So yeah, it's a thing. But anyway,
Mrs.
so you
Doubtfire.
might recall that his accuser is Derek Dixon.
Yes.
I think he also starred in The Oval. Too many puns there. But
Yeah.
Tyler Perry says that Mr. Dixon needs help, and he is exploiting their friendship and their professional relationship. So,
Shame. Oh, child.
ooh, child. But no, he said that the lawsuit is profoundly disappointing,
It is.
cynical, and most of all false. That's his response.
You know what I hate most of all in the law?
What?
A disappointing lawsuit. I don't like it. I'm just telling you right now. When I'm dealing with someone and they're filing motions, I'll let them know that your motion to dismiss is profoundly disappointing.
Disappointing.
Profoundly disappointing.
Profoundly.
And
All right.
cynical.
Yes, and false. And false. You got to throw the false in there.
yeah.
But yeah. I think most lawsuits are disappointing. I
Yeah.
think most people are disappointed when they get sued. But he goes on to say Dixon distorts and tries to turn sinister Mr. Perry's acts of platonic friendship and professional mentorship. That's what he says. And
What were some of those platonic acts? What were those?
Well,
what were the
let's
text
go back to
messages?
the text message that says,
What was
what's it going to take for you to have guiltless sex? I don't know how, maybe I don't understand
Platonic.
the context of
That's
that text
platonic.
message, but he's got to, maybe he should try to explain that one. And I don't think he's done that yet. But he said that he looks forward to refuting each and every false accusation in court.
That one's going to be an interesting one to hear him respond
Yeah,
to.
and there are other text messages too. He's
Problematic.
texting him pictures of himself and,
Yeah.
fishing for compliments.
I have a poker group, and we have like a chat, in WhatsApp, and it goes back and forth and whatever. And no one ever says anything like that to each other.
No one ever
in my
asks about
poker
what's it
chat.
going to take for the guiltless sex?
Guilt-free
Sex?
Not so far. I mean, it hasn't happened so far. Let's put it that way. Tyler Perry, that's I think what's coming for him is a settlement.
I mean, you think so.
He should do it
hopefully
sooner rather than later.
He settles sooner rather than later. Although, I must say, as somebody that does employment cases, with the government shutdown, the EEOC isn't doing anything right now. So I had a mediation that was set with the EEOC, and I got an email from them the morning of the mediation saying, government shutdown, we're not doing it.
I have a FOIA. I filed a FOIA request for a case. I need FOIA information for this case before I can file it. And now they're shut. Like, it was already a few months, and I was hounding this woman, and now it's like she's not even getting paid, so I can't even. It's like
Nothing you can do.
What do we do?
Right.
The government's gone.
It's gone. It's over. Zone of risk.
London has fallen. Zone of risk.